There's only one thing that's better than making money, and that's getting free money. In this podcast episode, I'm going to take you through a simple hack that I see day in, day out that the clever and the savvy and the sophisticated are using to get free money. In this podcast, I'm going to give you 7 and 8 examples of the way that you can make money for nothing just by being strategic, by being savvy and leveling up. And with the 3-step blueprint at the end, how you can put this into practice today. So this is free money for all, money for doing absolutely nothing, playing the game to the nth degree, and this is the blueprint for you to use. This blueprint is all about being savvy, strategic, sophisticated, and playing the game of how to position, how to market, and how to create an artificial, non-friction based premium where your clients get either a real or a perceived increase in value. You charge more for that opportunity, that service, or that product. But actually, in practice, it costs you very little, if not zero else. And it's just a way to elevate your margins, get free money, and it's available to absolutely everyone. As I go through these, you will be aware of them. You will have seen them in your day-to-day life. Now you're tuned into it and your Raz is on it. You'll see it as you're walking around. And what we want to do is figure out, and I'll tell you the 3 steps to do this at the end, how do you actually apply this to your business? This is slowing down to speed up, it's being highly strategic, and it's creating money and value out of nowhere. So this is all about playing the game. And like I said, you're going to have seen these in practice. But what these are, I'm going to list out probably 7 or 8 of them, is where people are making more money by doing absolutely nothing other than creating value and money out of nowhere. So here is one example. So when I used to work on the buildings, floor screeding, if you worked a Saturday, it was time and a half or it was double rate. Because if somebody wanted a job doing at the weekend because the plaster has been delayed or their family are away for the weekend but they're at school during the week and they wanted the job done at the weekend, we would charge a premium of between 25 and 100% to do it at the weekend. Because it's the weekend, it's inconvenience, it's an added premium because lots of people won't do that. But if you're happy to do something at the weekend as a self-employed person, as a business owner, you work the weekend anyway, when somebody wants it, orders it on a Friday and wants it on a Monday, you've got to do it over the weekend, or you've got to do something for them on the weekend, you can charge a premium for it. And although there's the inconvenience of it, in practice, you probably wouldn't have to pay your team anymore to do it on a Saturday, or you'll have trades that work on Saturdays anyway. But as the seller, as the person who's positioning the pricing, you can actually charge more. Another one would be like dry cleaning. So I went to dry cleaners the other day, or it was actually at a hotel, and they said that the dry cleaning service takes 72 hours, or if you want it before 10 a.m. next day, it's an extra 20% more expensive for what they call the 24-hour service. Now in practice, those machines are going to be running 8 hours a day. There's going to be the same amount of employees, the same amount of costs, the same amount of overheads. As far as with the exception of pushing one job back who hasn't paid for a premium service and will be done within the 72 hours rather than was probably going to be done in 24 hours anyway, they slide you in. And because they're providing that added value to you, that added convenience, but no cost, they're going to make 20% extra money on the pricing, on the positioning from you for doing it, but it doesn't actually cost them anything. Another one would be if you're running events, for example. So I saw one the other day. It was an event that I was looking at going to. It was a UK tour from the American speaker. I won't say who it was, but I was looking at the packages, and like a standard ticket was 250 quid. But for £1,250, you could have what they call the gold VIP package. And for the gold VIP package, you got to sit with the other VIPs. Your table would be guaranteed to be at the front of the stadium. You would also get a recording of the event. You would get to meet and greet with the speaker, and you would get a gold lanyard rather than another one. Now, this might sound silly, or it might sound like extreme, but if a normal ticket is 250 quid and this is 1,250 quid, not everyone's going to want to buy it. Not everyone's going to be able to buy it, but the people that do are going to get value from that. They want to be the VIP. They want the gold lanyard. They want to sit at the front. But they're all added values, and big companies that run events know that like the UFC, they know that's how they price their tickets. So it's just part of their model. But if you're hosting an event or an investors day or anything, what could you do to create a VIP level? Have a bronze, a silver, a gold, a platinum level. Like, what could you do to create a VIP package? And all these sort of, when I talk about frictionless, things that don't cost any more money, like you put them at the front of the room rather than at the back. You give them a copy of the recording. Apart from a bit of admin, half an hour's admin of typing an email and sending the recording, it's not creating friction. Whereas if it was like you'll get lunch with the celebrity, that would be a little bit different, because there is cost to lunch. There's cost to that person's time. Frictionless is like you'll get on our investor day, pay for is £100 a day, or you can get the VIP, which is 500, and you meet an hour early. We do 20 minutes, whatever. You get at the end, you'll get a USB stick with a copy of all of our site plans, contracts, calculators. These are all things that don't cost anything to you, but they create a huge amount of perceived value, and then with limited friction can create a high amount of extra profit. Like, this is all about positioning and value stacking and things like that. Again, I'll take you through the process at the end. Another one is I used to own a clothing company. So I used to own a clothing company back in the day, and we used to do branded hoodies for universities. And we used to use a brand called AWD, All We Do Hoodies. They would have a brochure of 45 different colours. You can go on their website and you can see it now. And they used to send us the catalogue, which was like 2 pages of cardboard, open it up, and it's got a little swatch of all the 45 colours. And what we did was we used to sell hoodies at £18.50 for what we called a basic colour, which was 40 of the 45 colours, and we called them basic, £18.50. Or for £25, you could have a premium colour. And the basic colours were like red, blue, grey, white, orange. But the premium colours were called sapphire blue, hot pink, flaming red, something green. I can't remember what it was. But all we did was we took they cost us exactly the same amount of money. The supplier didn't know they were premium colours. We just called them premium colours. We picked them out. They were a little bit bolder, a little bit brighter, but they cost us the same amount of money. But because we charged all the products at 18, 20, 50, but then called them basic products, and then we had what we called the premium, the VIP at £25, guess what? What was the biggest selling products? Because it was discretionary, it seemed like a small additional price, £7 in real terms. As a percentage, it's obviously much bigger. But it cost us no more money, but we positioned it at that premium price point. We called it premium. We put it in a different packaging. It had coloured labels rather than black and whites. All the mannequins were dressed in premium colours. All the posters, the models wore the premium colours. Nobody really wanted the basic. They wanted the premium because it was perceived, you get the message. Another one, like printing quicker. So we did a print the other day and we needed it quickly for an event. I don't know what it was, but the team said, it will be here 10 a.m. of the event, or we can get it the day before to be safe, but there's a 10% premium. Now, for risk of not having 100 lanyards or whatever it was, we were like, yeah, of course, we'll pay for it. We want the security. We want the guarantee. It's our lack of organisation. We're now paying a premium. That print company is still running the print machines. They're still paying the team. They're not staying overnight to do it in 95% of the cases. But because they've given us that additional service, at no cost to them, they're charging us a premium for the convenience, and arguably, not that it is going to be an inconvenience to them, it's just, again, a perceived value. Book printing. We had a Blueprint event recently. We had to order another 200 books from our publisher. Now, the turnaround is 4 weeks, but if you want it in less than 4 weeks, you have to pay a premium of £250 to have it shipped within 2 weeks. £250 out of nowhere. Now, if you go on Amazon, I know these books are printed to order. If you go on Amazon, you can order Karma Credits, my book, and it'll be delivered in 24 hours because they're printed on demand. We don't hold stock. It's created in a certain dimension, a certain size, which if you Google Amazon print on demand books, you'll see the way they do those books for small runs is one-off orders, and it's literally printed in 24 hours. They could run that machine for the same quantity for 200. I don't get any discount for it being 200 books than one book. I have to pay the same price. they're doing it in 24 hours already. The fact that they're going from 4 to 2 weeks is an artificial deadline, if you like. It's not going to cost them extra money, and they're going to make an extra 250 quid. Fair play to them. VIP turnaround. So this was when we had Multi-Let UK, and we used to be able to charge tenant fees. If a tenant wanted to move in next day, it was a bit of an inconvenience. It was a bit of fluff, or faff, sorry. But we used to charge £90 fast track VIP tenant turnaround service. So they wanted to move in the next day. The application fee wasn't £125, it was £215. We had the same employees, we had the same cost base, we had the same overheads, but we made extra money providing that service out of nowhere. Speedy boarding. You know, to speedy board, we're all getting on the same plane. We've all got a seat. But if you want to get on the plane faster than anybody else, it's an extra 80 quid, 100 quid, whatever it is, just to get through that gate quicker. On the way here, this is not, well, this isn't exactly the same, but this is probably a money for nothing mindset. For those of you that are more experienced, more advanced, I don't tend to do coffees. You know, back in the day, I would have gone and met people, take phone calls, do coffees. I don't have time for coffee anymore. In most cases, it's not a good return on my time. It's probably more one-sided now. If it was in my interest, of course, I would go and have a coffee, have a free conversation. But it's starting to look at what you're already doing for free and then starting to charge for it. Because I remember in 2015, probably, I was speaking at events for free. I was writing for YPN magazine for free. And our FD said to me, like, this is taking a lot of your time. It's taking a lot of your effort, a lot of your energy, a lot of your capacity. But we're not making any money out of it. What do we need to do? Well, all of a sudden, we started charging. So we said, right, well, if you want to have a coffee, an hour consultation, it's £500. If you want a half-day consultancy, it was £1,800. Granted, this is obviously 10 years ago. But starting to look at what you're already doing and saying, right, well, it's got to be a win-win. So, for example, doing coffees. I was chatting to somebody yesterday. They're saying, I'm getting calls all the time from investors who want to know about HMOs. I run a letting agency. I want to talk to them because then if they develop it, it's XYZ. When you start to say, right, I can do your call, it's £250, it's 20 minutes, I'll give you support, access, and if you come on as our management client, we'll refund you that and we'll give you a VIP rate, whatever. Make it a no-brainer, make it a win-win. All of a sudden, you'll start making money for your time and you'll stop wasting time playing the long game, giving value to others. There's definitely a time for that at the beginning, but there's also a time not for that. Starting to price for those things. So, for example, we had a podcast request. We'll quite often get invited to speak on podcasts, of course. And it's like, of course, there's some podcasts which I'll speak on all day long, but there's other ones that's going to be more value for them than it is for me. So it's like, well, how do you make sure that's a win-win for everybody? Well, if they've already got 10,000, an average 10,000 downloads per episode, I'll speak for free. If they haven't, it's £1,500, £1,500 for a 60-minute podcast. You just make it very clear. And it's like, that's then the response to every question that comes in. You don't need to worry about offending people. You don't need to worry about being polite. Like, you want to be polite and say, yeah, I'll do it. But all of a sudden, you lose an hour of your afternoon, hour and a half, a load of your energy and effort for doing something that's not hugely rewarding. But if they've got a big audience, win-win, no cost. If they haven't, they can pay. And if they don't want to, they don't have to. It's a win-win. So just start to think about the things you're doing for free that maybe isn't actually a win-win anymore. It's a bit one-sided. You're sitting there thinking, I did this back in the day because I had to. Now I probably don't need to. Introduce pricing, packages, products. Yes, absolutely, we can work together. You're an investor. You've got cash. Yes, I've got 3 products. I've got the fixed rate of return. I'll borrow your money between 5 and 15% based on security. The joint venture center, we do joint ventures. You put the cash in, I'll put the deal in. My business will deliver the project and we go 50-50. Or the package deal, £15,000 for a HMO, 33% of the equity created for a development. These are the 3 products. Are you interested? Etc. etc. It's all about just starting to be more savvy, more strategic, more sophisticated. And if you think about how to do this in practice, just have a think now for a moment. Think about now, what either are you doing for free, which you shouldn't be doing, that you could charge for, but also just think about what products and services do you sell and how could you start to add higher perceived value that creates more value for the client, demands higher prices that can be justified, and is genuinely free money for nothing for you by creating a VIP level or a fast track service or a monthly subscription or an annual membership. Just have a think about that now. I think, like, what are you doing? What products and services do you have where you could add additional layers of value pricing for free money that would cost you nothing? No friction, no additional cost, no time. You've got investors on a waiting list. Join the waiting list, £1,000, or it's £5,000, or it's a £1,500 non-refundable fee to join the fast track, which puts you in the top 3 clients. You know, you do nothing there apart from making money to prioritize people. And obviously you'd only offer it to clients you want to work with. So have a think about that, like, moving forward. It's all about playing the game. It genuinely is. It's free money. It's money for nothing. Send this to your sales team. Send it to your business partner. Send it to your team who do your marketing and sales. And what you want to do is, like, how do you actually do this? Well, it's really easy. So how do you actually do this? How do you package and price these, basically the zero cost services that will double, if not quadruple, your profit? You know, if you're making 10% profit and you can increase price by 20%, you're going to more than triple your bottom line profit by playing this game. So there's 3 steps really to it to finish off. So the first step to this blueprint is you package it. So you just want to say, oh, yeah, we charge 500 quid and you can get to the front of the line. It's like, we package it. You can bring a hand luggage bag and you can bring 2 bags into the aircraft. You get the VIP service through the fast track. You get online check-ins a day earlier than other people. Costs nothing once it's set up, but is a premium. You've got to package it up. So what you do when you're packaging it up is basically a value stack. All the things they get, you know, the gold lanyard, sit at the front, meet and greet, all the other things that I talked about there, the premium color choice. Package all that stuff up and it's called a value stack. How much stuff can you get in there? So like when we're doing a value stack for a sale, we would include things like free templates, blueprints, example floor plans. Costs us absolutely nothing, but huge perceived value for the value stack for the client. Package it all up with the value stack, you know, get it all in there. So you've got all this stuff that makes it a higher perceived value. The second step is then you productize it. So as soon as you give something a name, it sounds more sexy. It sounds more premium. It sounds more official. It sounds more real. It sounds like it's going to come in a box with a bow on it. So once you package it up, you want to productize it and give it a name. So like the premium colors, or the VIP deluxe entrance ticket, or the VIP tenant turnaround, speedy boarding, the 24-hour service, the platinum package, the silver, the bronze, silver, gold, and platinum levels. You know, package it up and create this name for it. And as soon as you give it a name and a package, and it sounds like it's on a box with a bow in, you can create a branding pack and you can have sex appeal, and your team will start talking about it. You know, we've got a fast track turnaround coming. Oh, you want the fast? Oh, I didn't realize you want the fast track turnaround. Absolutely, we can do that. I'll be with you before 10 a.m. tomorrow, but it's going to be 250 quid. Oh yeah, absolutely. Here's the link. Here's the landing page. Here's what it looks like. All these artificial images of perceived artificial images. You know, what I mean is intangibles made tangible. Make it like software. When you look at buying a piece of software, it says it comes with all of these 10 things. Actually, it's still a downloadable. You can't even touch it. But it comes in the artwork is a box, 3D box with all these things bursting out of it, and you're like, wow, I get all of that for the platinum suite special, whatever it is. So it's all a game, right? Package it, productize it, and then price it. You know, you're literally making money for nothing. Like, price it at a position that it's premium enough that it generates the appeal. You know, you're going from £250 at a place to £1,250 just by sitting at the front of the room, and obviously a meet and greet. But then you got to price it to reflect that. You know, how do you price it to give it that premium value? £18.50 to £25. You know, that's like, if you did that as a percentage, it's like 25, 30%, maybe more increase, which is crazy, but it goes straight to the bottom line. And that's pretty much it. Like, that is playing the game. That is money for nothing. If you want to go out there today and increase your profit, increase your revenues, increase your profits, maximize your margins with zero additional work, zero additional cost, and just a bit of savvy and a bit of strategy. Money for nothing, free for everyone. Package it, productize it, and price it, and you'll go out there and you'll absolutely kill it. So success and failure, very predictable. Only 5% of your competition are probably doing this. Have a think now before you go and listen to your next podcast episode. Stop the music, have a think, and put this in action today, and I guarantee it'll maximize your margins, increase your costs, increase your revenues, increase your profit, and it'll cost you absolutely nothing. Success and failure, very predictable. Wish you the best of luck with that, and I will see you on the next podcast.